Hello guys, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, MURPHINDA, aka Tony. Now the weather conditions are not too favourable for outside gardening work today. It's damp, it's a little bit cold, it's wet, it's miserable. It's just a rather naff day today, but it's perfect conditions for getting out our little friends, the cucumbers. Now if you remember from yesterday, I cleared out a bed in the Lady Farmer's polytunnel, the Tiki Tunnel number 2 on the right hand side, in preparedness for receiving the cucumber plants. I'm going to get 7 cucumber plants in there. We're also going to be adding, first of all, we're going to be adding into the mix some soil amendments in the form of the ground up eggshells. This is for the calcium, the ground up eggshells. We've got the blood, the fish and the bone meal going in there as well. Just pinches of each one of these, you'll see. Just small amounts. Also, a little bit of 6X concentrated farmyard manure. That's for the nitrogen. So you've got the calcium in the bone meal. You've got some decent levels of NPK, but we're going to increase as well. We're going to increase the potash by putting some sulfate of potash into the mix. Okay. So that's going to go into the mix as well, and it's all to assist with the cucumbers, because the cucumbers are a flowering plant and they're a fruits producing plant. You need that extra on the potash. So let's get up there with my brother Bilo now, up to the plots, and see what he's been up to. Alright boys and girls, I'll catch you in a bit. Take care. Okay, so those are our holes, and into those holes I'm just going to be getting a sort of pinch of eggshell, a pinch of blood, fish and bone, and a pinch of the sulfate of potash, and mixing it into those holes around the hole. And that's the planting station, the area that we're going to be putting in these baby plants that you can see up there, these baby cukes. So a couple of inches around that area mixed in with the compost, and then the plant will be planted into that, and hopefully then it'll give the nutrition to the root system. But you don't want to overfeed them, obviously guys, because that makes the plant lazy and it doesn't spread its root system as much as you want it to. But we will give it some sort of nutrition. So far they've had nothing, and you can see there that the leaves are starting to yellow off. That's because they're being starved of the nutrition that they're seeking. So we're going to give them a bit of a treat, these little babies, as they're going in. So I'll crack on. Okay, now cucumber plants, as regards the NPK, the nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium is concerned, it doesn't particularly crave a lot of nitrogen, but the potassium and the phosphorus, yeah, the potash is good for fruiting plants, so it likes quite a bit of that. But we are going to add in some nitrogen, extra nitrogen, in the form of a pinch of the concentrated farmyard manure is going to be mixed into the soil around it, and a couple of pinches of this stuff into the hole. Now we'll crack on with that. I've just mixed it all up together. That's the eggshells, the blood, fish and bone, which is a good all-round fertilizer, and also the sulfate of potash for a bit of extra potassium. Like I say, I'm just going to give it a sprinkle around. That'll probably be enough, really, just that, because you don't want to burn them, you don't want to overfeed them, but you don't particularly want to shortchange them. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but that'll help them. Once that's mixed, I'm not going to leave it raw like that, it'll all be mixed in around. So I'll go across there now and get it all in. Yeah, still plenty left there. I'm also going to put a pinch of the 6X and work that, and I'll work it all in around that planting station, so it's all integrated to a couple of inches around that planting station. Mixed it all in, and then we'll plant up. Okay. Alright guys, so I've got a couple of cucumber plants here in the form of Telegraph Improved. Lovely variety, done well for us last year. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them in the holes. But first I'm going to make a bit of an impression that's been filled. It's all been integrated around the planting station. All of those feed amendments, those in-ground amendments, are all mixed in and around the planting station. Okay, and all I'm going to do now is sort of backfill around my pot, using my pot as a bit of a template into there. I like this system actually, where you use the pot to make an indentation into the soil, and then that's your sort of mould for the actual rooted plant as it gets placed in. I do like that. You don't firm it in though. You don't firm the soil around it, because you want it to be able to spread its roots underground, spread its wings. So when we tip it upside down like this, and you can see the root system there, just pop him in like that, pointing sort of in the right direction, so he's leaning a bit that way, because you want to. I'm wanting it to run up this trellis that I've got at the back. That's what they did last year, and we got plenty of cucumbers last year using this method. We got a good crop last year. They're in there, and I'll just put the label back at the side of him so I know which one he is. He's the Telegraph. I'm going to do the same with this hole, and I'm going to work my way across the bed, getting 7 cucumber plants into this sort of, I think it's around about 13.5 feet this in length. It's a bit smaller than the Tiki Summer one. So I'll get 7 plants in here, and hopefully if we run to form like we did last year and the year before, boys and girls, we should be getting about 15, 16 decent sized cucumbers off each plant, if not more. I mean, last year one of the plants produced 27 cucumbers, ranging from around about 10 inches to one that was 23 inches long, and that was the Telegraph Improved that we did that on. Now I've got Market More 76 as well, which is another good reliable variety, so we'll see how they get on. I've actually got 8 of the Market More 76. 5 of them are going to be going into here, and 2 of the Telegraph Improved are going in here as well. So yeah, we're going to crack on. I'll get them all in, and then I'll show you the results when they're all planted up, and then we'll water them in and get them nicely seated and get that nutrition to
Okay.
it. All 7 are in now. I'm going to give them a good drink. I've only got 5 minutes left of my hour and a quarter that I've allotted for tonight, so I'm going to get that cracked on now. So I'm going to give them a good drink. I'm going to give them 16 litres altogether. So that's 2 litres per plant. They're going to get, or is it? No, it's not. It's over 2 litres per plant. Just over 2 litres per plant, because there's 7 plants in there. But 16 litres is what it's going to get. It's going to get a 6 litre watering can and a 10 litre watering can. So that's all that remains to do. So let's go and get the water filled up. I'm a gibbering, jabbering idiot today. It's because I've been talking all day. In fact, the last 3 days I've been teaching. I've been teaching my safety courses to young gentlemen. No ladies on these courses at the moment. Whatever, take it as it comes. I've enough with the one good lady wife that I've got, without needing any more. No disrespect to any ladies, of course, but I'm just looking for my watering cans. There they are. Right, let's get cracked on. Alright, they've had a nice drink now, them lot. And that should do them. Get them seated. It'll wash in the compost around the root system, so it's integrated and it's contacting the roots. And off we go. Fingers crossed. Tons of cukes. Yeah? Imagine getting 20 off a plant, 20 off each of these plants. They're prolific, these Market More 76 are pretty prolific if they're treated right. 15 inches off them. That's 140 Widow's Delights for the price of 7 seeds, which actually is about £3.50, something like that. They're not mega cheap, and the bit of feed and the compost that we get with them. But yeah, a cucumber Even the cheapest cucumber at the moment is about 70 pence. So the organic ones, are quite large organic ones, they're going to be about £1.20 at least, something like that. And we're going to get 100 and, what did I say, 140. 140. Averaging at about between 12 and 15 inches. We get bigger ones than that. The Telegraph ones last year, as I say, the longest one we got was, and it would have grown longer. It had still a bit of growing in it. That was 23 inches long, which was a big one. It was a whopper. It was like an Indian club. The kids love them. I love them. The lady farmer can take a leaf cucumber. She likes cucumbers chopped up in like tzatziki and stuff like that in the Greek food. But yeah, we'll all eat them, especially the kids. They'll eat them. They'll eat a whole one, like, you know, like beasts, like the were rabbits, devouring everything. They like raw food, my kids, which is good, isn't it? They like raw carrots and raw broccoli and things like that, and raw Savoy cabbage. Our James will eat Savoy cabbage, just chomp on the leaves, you know, as he goes, which is lucky. But they've been weaned on it. We brought them up with it. We started them off on fresh vegetables, and if you can do that and you can get the idea in their minds that it's good for them and all the rest of it, which it is, obviously, then they get the taste for it. And I've got my fingers crossed that they'll keep on with that all through the lives, you know. They'll have long and healthy lives, which is all you can hope for your kids, isn't it? Long, healthy and happy lives. Right, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you on the weekend. I don't know what I'm going to be putting up as far as output is this weekend, because I want to do other things apart from gardening. But we will be doing gardening, but it'll probably be only sort of 2 episodes this weekend, apart, you know, aside from the usual ones, the usual big ones. We'll get 2 sort of 20-minuters, a Saturday and a Sunday, and a couple of hours on the Saturday, a couple of hours on the Sunday, and the rest of the time I'm going to spend with the family, because you need to get that balance, boys and girls. Take care of yourselves and each other. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Give us some encouragement. Join the Growers Revolution if you're not already a member. Get that subscription sorted out. Doesn't cost you anything, and then you can be part of our little team, can't you? And get your stuff in the comments. Take care. See you later. Bye bye now, boys and girls. Have a good one. Don't get too drunk tonight. You're up for the plots. Bye now.